Manchester United have gone ahead to offer Matthijs de Ligt a 5-year contract, meaning that everything is really moving on well. Contact made and it's coming in from Mark V. Wage, a very credible journalist who works for the Telegraph down in the Netherlands. Ruud van Nistelrooy contracts have been really submitted to them and they're set to sign them. Man United and Newcastle have finally confirmed the deal of Dan Ashworth in here onto the United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share if you're totally watching us for the very first time. Endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and let's see how things are really gonna be panning out right about now in here onto this channel. I go by the initials of RD, and we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. And if you haven't known, France has gone ahead to knock out Belgium from the Euros of 2024, and guess who is seated into the quarterfinals? It's France, and we are waiting to see who is going to be joining him in 2 hours from now after the game of Portugal and Slovenia come to an end. Now, early this morning, there came up a story of Matthijs de Ligt being showing us that the deal is really in high gear and everything is really moving on as to plan. Mark V. Wage has come and told us that Man United have made a proposal of 5-year contract to Matthijs de Ligt. The defenders agency is negotiating with United. It is expected that it may reach an agreement in a short term. De Ligt is awaiting agreement between the two clubs, and he added and said Manchester United and Bayern Munich are already having talks about the international's transfer fee. So Manchester United are working on personal terms, and looks like they are not gonna be a problem, because a 5-year contract has gonna have to be given to Matthijs de Ligt, and I think he's just excited because he's 24-25 years of age, meaning that for the next 5 years, if all goes well at the club of Manchester United, is gonna be playing in the red colors of Manchester United at Old Trafford. And there are people that have gonna obviously come out and really sell lies about the money that Matthijs de Ligt earns, but to me it's not a factor. If Manchester United can come up and offer him a contract of £200,000, I think £50,000 cannot stop him from coming in through to playing at Manchester United, because he's gonna be playing with his manager that really saw him become the player he is right now. And Erik ten Hag knows the best for Matthijs de Ligt. He knows him as a leader. That's why he gave him the captain armband at Ajax at the age of 18. And then he knows him as a personal assistant player. And the coming in of Matthijs de Ligt will obviously help Manchester United do the needful in this side, because he knows André Onana very well, and he's gonna be one of those players that will influence the signing of André Onana. I've seen a clique of people who have always gone ahead and covered and said we wouldn't have gone ahead to sign in André Onana. I was like, every team is going in for a ball-playing goalkeeper. But the problem is, Lisandro Martinez, who would have gone ahead to obviously accelerate up playing from the back with André Onana in goal, was really injured. And he saw to it that when he came in through and really played, we played really a fantastic game. Now, Lisandro Martinez, alongside Matthijs de Ligt, with André Onana in goal, you get to know that you are having 3 press-resistant players alongside Dalot and the left back, Luxio Holmalassi. I think that is really going to be very colorful for the club of Manchester United. So, I just can't wait for this deal to get done. That is it. I just can't wait for this deal to get done. The levels it has gone ahead to reach indicate that Manchester United is really doing wonders, and further up the pitch or further up the transfers, we are going in for this player. And for Bayern Munich, they are calling in for £42 million, that is 50 million euros, and I don't know what bid United is going to be putting in through, but I believe at £42 million, getting in Matthijs de Ligt, it's really great, because he's still young and has some good talent in him, and has a very huge resale value. I tell you, he plays 3 good seasons at Manchester United. You can even sell him for £100 million. Why? He failed to settle in at Juventus because of the uncertainties at Juventus. They've been changing managers and so on and so on. Then he comes through at Bayern Munich. the manager that brought him in, Nagelsmann, was really shown the exit door. I think he spent only, is it 1 season? Did he even accomplish a season in there? I think he completed like 1 season. And in the time when he came in through, that is Matthijs de Ligt, after like six months, the manager was sacked. They brought in Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel couldn't obviously rely on him. That's why he brought in Kim Min-jae. He preferred Kim Min-jae and Upamecano into the central defense. But after those two really failed, he had to rely on to Matthijs de Ligt and Dyer. And we also to it that they went ahead to obviously put in some fantastic performances against Arsenal, even against Real Madrid, especially that game away from home when they are playing at the Santiago Bernabeu. You saw how Matthijs de Ligt and Dyer went ahead to make it hard for the side of Real Madrid to score. So I hereby tell you, we are getting in a very fantastic player. He's really gonna aid a lot in us playing from the back, press resistant. He scores goals in set pieces. And if you want to see a right-footed Lisandro Martinez, you're going to be seeing him in Matthijs de Ligt, because he has those line-breaking passes, penetrative passes that are going to help us build from the back. So for me, I'm just excited. 5-year contract, and now the negotiations are really doing well between Manchester United and Bayern Munich. So United and Bayern Munich are really having some good relationship, because they went ahead obviously loan Marcel Sabitzer this side, and they know to it that this player wants out, and even Bayern Munich itself want to sell that player because they're bringing in Tar, and there is another Japanese player they've gone ahead to bring in through, meaning that he's out of the pecking order of the manager, and it looks like Vincent Kompany doesn't want to work with him, and a lot is being put onto the scale. So wait and see how that pans out, but it's really very good to see it that we are really pushing in to obviously get him the first signing. As I told you that Man United is going to be putting in huge work to getting this player in. Play to goal from Sky Germany told us the following, that being told Manchester United and FC Bayern Munich are now in contact about a permanent deal of Matthijs de Ligt. Man United, understand de Ligt's agent, Rafael Pimenta, working on a top solution. De Ligt keen to join Manchester United and Ten Hag as reported, but they are not total agreement yet. So, obviously the player is keen to join Manchester United. And if there is anything that we got that is acting like gold to us, it's Erik Ten Hag. Erik Ten Hag is convincing these players to come in through. And I tell you, it's not easy if you're having a manager who cannot convince players to come in through. When you look at the side of Manchester United, when had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who could he convince to get in through? But managers like Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho could convince anyone to come in through. Do you remember that when we had David Moyes, Toni Kroos, and Fabregas were supposed to be coming to Manchester United, but we never had a very good manager that could convince them to obviously come in through. And I tell you, if by then Louis van Gaal had been named the successor of Sir Alex Ferguson, Toni Kroos would have gone ahead to come into the club of Manchester United. Why? He was his manager at Bayern Munich and would have gone ahead obviously tell him, please come in and let's build something good together. Cesc Fabregas would also have gone ahead to get convinced to come in through and redo the needful for the club of Manchester United. So Erik Ten Hag is convincing these players, and they're finding it easy to obviously coming in through and play for the club of Manchester United. And I tell you, anytime from now, you might hear a here we go of this guy Matthijs de Ligt to Manchester United, because talks are really progressing on very well. Fabrizio Romano has told us that Ruud van Nistelrooy and René will be part of the new coaching staff at Manchester United. Formal documents being prepared. Erik Ten Hag will also sign new deals soon as part of Manchester United plans. So, Manchester United are really working tooth and nail to really get this done. But we all know that Ruud van Nistelrooy and René have already gone ahead to accept to work under Erik Ten Hag and obviously put in a very beautiful shift in there. So as it stands, we are waiting to see how things are really going to be panning out in here. But it's all about one thing. It's all about Manchester United and preparing documents for this guy to obviously come in through and start doing the needful for this side that we really love a lot and hugely. So, Ruud van Nistelrooy, René, documents being prepared, and anytime from now, we are gonna hear that they're gonna hit to put pen to paper, and I think the announcement is really gonna be made soon. The announcement is gonna be made soon, I tell you. It's gonna be made soon because the preseason is starting soon. 8th of July, that's when players are gonna be returning to the club of Manchester United to obviously do the needful and really train. So Man United are really working tooth and nail to see to it that they really see that Erik ten Hag's new staff are really gonna be here. But for Marcel van der Gaar, I believe he's gonna stay because bringing in these two doesn't mean that we're gonna have to build a very good competitive squad. You know, all management team at the club of Manchester United, we need other players and other people to come in through and put in a very huge shift into the mix. So that is it coming in through from from Fabrizio Romano concerning the two, René and Ruud van Nistelrooy, into the mix. Now, the official statement that confirmed Dan Ashworth from Manchester United read, Newcastle and Manchester United have reached an agreement for the immediate release of Dan Ashworth from his contractual obligations at Newcastle. The terms of this agreement remain confidential between the clubs. So that is a very huge story that you need to obviously come in through and obviously look onto, because Newcastle is a very good side and they're having a very top management, but they've come to a conclusion that we cannot keep a player. We cannot keep a person who wants to leave, and he wanted to leave and he wanted to obviously get out. And United says Ashworth joins Manchester United as sporting director, you know, and they say Newcastle thanks Dan for his services and wishes him well to do the needful. Now, we've on several occasions come out and told you that we needed a person like this, and when you look at that hierarchy at Manchester United, it's really gonna do wonders. It's gonna do lots of things right, and we are gonna find ourselves in the ilk of really winning very many games into the mix. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Tell me your thoughts about the Ligt to Man United 5-year contract offered. You know, what do you make about that? What do you make about René and Ruud van Nistelrooy documents being prepared? And it's official, Dan Ashworth has been unveiled as the new sporting director or director of football for the club of Manchester United. May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. Third video of the day, and we have 2 videos to go. Bye bye.